Hi, kindergarten. I hope you're all doing so well, and I hope you had a wonderful break. Today I'm going to read you guys a story called The Biggest Apple Ever. Now, this book is written by Stephen Crawl. The Biggest Apple Ever. Once there were two mice who fell in love with the same apple pie, but you had to be there to see how it happened. On opening day at Mouseville School, the principal, Mr. Mouser, made an announcement. We will be learning about apples this fall, and get things started. We will have a contest. Whoever brings in the biggest apple to his teacher will win a special prize. The judging will take place on Friday. Good luck, everyone! I have an apple tree in my backyard, said Penelope. I bet it has really big apples. There's an apple tree across from my house, said James. I'm going to climb it as soon as I get home. I don't have any apple trees, said Clayton, the house mouse. But I'm going to find Mrs. Mousley the biggest apple ever. No, you're not, said his friend Desmond, the field mouse. I am. Oh, yeah? said Clayton. Yeah, said Desmond. All the way home on the school bus, Clayton and Desmond talked about the contest. Maybe I could grow an apple with really, really, really big apples. You mean an apple tree? That takes too long. I heard Mrs. Mousley say 6 years. 6 years! I'll think of something, said Clayton. So will I, said Desmond. And the competition was on. When Clayton got off the bus, he sneaked back into town to see what Penelope and James brought to. Penelope had came down from the tree. She was carrying 2 tiny apples. James was still up in the tree. Across the street, he was picking very small apples. Clayton knew he'd seen bigger ones at the market. When Desmond came by a little later, he realized the same thing. The next day at school, Penelope and James brought in their tiny apples. No one else had brought in anything. Mrs. Mousley cleared her throat. Class, we have a lot of work to start this year, but because we are learning about apples and having an apple contest, we will go to Barnaby's Orchard this afternoon. Everyone got really excited. I'm going to find the winning apple, said Clayton. I'm going to find the winning apple, said Desmond. At the orchard, Mrs. Mousley pointed to the different kinds of apples. Then everyone disappeared into the trees, looking for a winner. Clayton walked down one row. Desmond walked down another row. Then Clayton saw what he thought was a really, really big apple. It was a little too high to reach, but he stretched really high for it. At that moment, Desmond saw the very same apple, and on the very same branch, he stretched for it. They bumped heads and fell down. I think we should bring this apple in together, said Clayton. No one said we couldn't. But when they got back to the bus, James had an apple that was even bigger. The apple was so big he could hardly carry it. Clayton and Desmond looked at each other. What do they do now? That night at dinner, Clayton explained the problem to his dad. Apples don't come in too many sizes. Do you think you'll find a bigger one? I don't know. Then maybe James will win the prize this time. It's okay if he does. Over at Desmond's house, Uncle Vernon said the exact same thing. But Clayton and Desmond were still determined. The next afternoon they met at Barnaby's orchard. They picked 2 huge baskets of apples, but nothing they found was bigger than the apple that James had picked. You know, I think Dad was right. This time James gets to win, but we've got all these apples. Why don't we bake an apple pie? Great! Let's make the biggest apple pie ever, and then we'll make it for our class. Clayton nodded. And I think I know where we'll find a pie pan that's big enough. The following afternoon, Desmond arrived at Clayton's house with Uncle Vernon. Everything's packed and ready. It's all in Dad's truck. But, where are we going? You'll find out in a minute. Look at all those apples. Dad drove with Clayton and Desmond beside him in the front seat. Uncle Vernon stayed in the back with the apples and another ingredient for a giant pie. As they came around a corner, Desmond gasped, "Tony's pizza! Of course! What could be better than a giant pizza pan?" Mr. Tony greeted them at the door. "Welcome, welcome! We are ready to begin." And so they got to work making the dough for the crust, kneading it and rolling it into a big circle and spreading it over the deep dish pan. Then everyone peeled and sliced the apples, mixed together the sugars and spices, and spread the rest of the dough on the top. "Wow," Clayton said to Desmond when they were finished. "Wow! Wow!" Oh, it baked for 1 hour. The giant pan just fit in the huge oven. The next day was Friday. Who would have the largest apple? James, of course. And Mr. Mouser handed the prize, a cheddar cheese apple. But, Mrs. Mousley looked surprised. "Clayton? Desmond? Nothing from you?" The 2 of them grinned. Actually, And at that same moment, the classroom door flew open, and in came Clayton's dad, Uncle Vernon, and Mr. Tony, struggling to carry this giant pie all by themselves. "How wonderful! That's the biggest apple pie ever. We made it for the whole class." All of us together. They shared a high five, and everyone in class had a very big slice. That makes me think of the time that we kindergarten made apple pies with Mrs. Groves. Now I hope you're all doing very, very well, and I hope to see you all again soon. Miss you all very much. Bye, you guys. Take care and stay safe.